Then 5 years, 10 years from now, I'll be the greatest public speaker of my generation. Then by then, bro, best believe that I will really charge them for my time and my voice. Because by then, I will have real issues, real businesses, a real massive empire that I'll be running. So my time will really be valuable. I'll be charging them like 50,000, 100,000 just to speak for 30 minutes, an hour. If you don't want it, it's okay. I don't need your money. Because everything that I'm building right now, everything that I'm sowing right now, by the time I'm 30, I will see the fruits of my labor. And the tree will be bearing much delicious fruits. So it was all a thought. Till today, I'm doing it. The action doesn't have to be perfect, but I learn every day as I do. And I evolve every day as I do. Without further ado, my guy, let's dive in straight into the topic. And I come across people and they usually say, bro, like I have this idea, but I don't know what to do with it. I have this idea. I was thinking of this, but I don't really know what to do with it. So I want to make you understand, like, do you understand what a thought is? The power of a thought. Where do ideas come from? Nikola Tesla said, the day science begins to understand that we are living in the world, in the supernatural, a world that's beyond what the eye can see, that's the day science will progress. And Nikola Tesla had so many ideas. Most of the inventions and creations today came from Nikola Tesla. So even he said ideas, they come from a source. They don't come from your own understanding. So what's the source of light? What's the source of wisdom? What's the source of love? What's the source of strength? What's the source of all blessings and success in life? That source is God. God created the universe. God created everything, bro. So understand that a universe, there's a higher level of consciousness where it's like higher powers and higher thoughts, and they're just constantly operating, and it looks for people that are aligned, that have a high vibration, that can, when something is spoken to them, they can hear it. Then not only can you hear it and get that idea, you can implement action and do it. Because if you don't do it, that idea will be given to somebody else. Because certain ideas and certain inventions are meant to progress humanity, take humanity forward into new leaps, into new ages, into new... Do you understand that the internet was all an idea? The person that came up with it, Bill Gates, came up with the idea of Microsoft, of a laptop. Without Bill Gates' idea, would there be an Apple, a Steve Jobs? Like, do you understand what I'm trying to say to you? So, bro, a thought and the idea is very powerful. Every morning I wake up, like I legit have to spend like 20 minutes because I have so many ideas. I have to journalize them and write them down to make sure I don't forget them. I always write my ideas down in a book with pen and paper. Because when I write something, it gives me a feeling. When I put that ink on the paper, it gives me a feeling that typing on the phone doesn't give me. So when I write these ideas, then I come up with plans how I can execute these ideas. Then once I have a plan, bro, I just implement and I do. I do imperfect action. I don't need it to be perfect. It's like what I'm doing right now. Like, bro, I had the idea of Mindful Matters Academy about 1 year ago. Where I sat and I really thought to myself while I saw everybody else, all my peers. Because I knew how to get attention online, on Instagram especially. Then it got to a point where I was like, man, you know, now let me monetize my attention. When I was close to doing that, then the idea just fell in my heart. That was like, be patient. Don't rush for money yet. You give value, do something different. You give wisdom. Teach people how they can become better, because you've done this at the age. By the age of 2021, you had too much wisdom and too much knowledge on how to self-improve, to keep it to yourself. It will be a dishonor to God, it will be a disservice to God, and a dishonor to humanity, a dishonor to your family, most importantly to yourself, if you don't share this knowledge, if you don't share this wisdom, if you don't share how you got to where you are today. That's when it hit me. Man, I would actually want to build like a school. So I had an idea. Then what did I do? I created on platforms online, bro, where I just sat and all I did all day, every day is just teach like this. And back then I was broke, I had nothing. But I knew that eventually I'm doing good work and I'm doing God's work. I know that somebody out there will hear what I'm saying. It doesn't need to be millions for now. But I had the hope and I knew that somebody, whenever I had a thought and I felt something and I recorded and I put it out there, that thought is already out there in the world. So now, even 5 years from now, somebody can scroll back and still see the thoughts, the idea that I had on this day. So I did that so long, bro, and all I did was I woke up, bro, I was in the studio recording, doing this, until eventually the right people were like, they saw me and they said, you are special. You are different from your peers. You, now, young man, come here and build with us. You are a king. In Revelations in the Bible, it specifically says that there are two kinds of men. There are kings and there are priests. So kings were able to see that you, because I always knew I'm going to be a king. If God can take a shepherd boy and raise him to be a king, I always knew one day I am going to be a king and I am going to rule. But I will rule righteously. And I will rule. The empire that I will build, it will be for the force of good and the force of positivity. The force that fights against evil. That shines light on all these forces of darkness. That speaks truth. That stands for the truth and no matter the cost. So I always knew my time to rule would come. To be the commander where I call the shots. But in the meantime, after these men spotted me and they said, who's this young kid, man? Who's this Kevin? And they said, young man, come here. When they said, young man, come here, I put down everything and I went. And I just seeked after the knowledge and wisdom. And I sit only with kings that have the life that I want. And I learn from them. I watch how they do. I watch how they rule their empires. I watch how they're good commanders. They have armies of people who are like teams of people they lead. And when they speak, their words are just substance. They just honor. Don't downplay your idea and just take action on it. As you can see, my videos are not perfect. I just put an iPhone X and at least I'm getting my idea, my thoughts out there. And that thoughts will be out there in the world. Somebody, someday, these thoughts, somebody will come across it and these thoughts will spark something in that person. It will spark a light. It will switch on a light bulb. And by then, they will be hearing the words of a 22-year-old. And I'm constantly, each day, bro, I'm improving. I'm constantly getting better. I'm constantly looking at the 30-year-old Kevin, the 40-year-old Kevin, the 50-year-old Kevin, the Kevin 40 years from now that is a billionaire. That the system can't really touch him because of what is built. Evil can't really touch him because of what is built. The man that really fights and that fights for positivity and fights for people's souls, because darkness really captures people's souls, because people are not aware. People just think we exist in this, in the physical. And I hope you understand the power of thoughts. And just do it, bro. It doesn't have to be perfect. Then just persist. Keep on doing it. As I kept on recording and I kept on doing this, yes, People might not be listening right now. Millions of people might not be listening right now. But 5 years from now, over 3 million people will listen to my voice when I speak. But in the meantime, guess what's happening? I'm constantly improving a skill. Which skill? The most important skill ever. And what skill is that? It is communication skill. I am learning to communicate my ideas, what I think, my thoughts, in an effective manner that can plant a seed in somebody's mind, in somebody's spirit, in somebody's soul. Then guess what? So right now, people might not be hearing. I'm constantly going to be doing this, bro. Then 5 years, 10 years from now, I'll be the greatest public speaker of my generation. Then by then, bro, best believe that I will really charge them for my time and my voice. Because by then, I will have real issues, real businesses, a real massive empire that I'll be running. So my time will really be valuable. I'll be charging them like 50,000, 100,000 just to speak for 30 minutes, an hour. If you don't want it, it's okay. I don't need your money. Because everything that I'm building right now, everything that I'm sowing right now, by the time I'm 30, I will see the fruits of my labor. And the tree will be bearing much delicious fruits. So it was all a thought. Till today, I'm doing it. The action doesn't have to be perfect, but I learn every day as I do. And I evolve every day as I do. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Till next time, deuces.